Hello guys, it's Jake from Whites for Tactical, and today we have a really special first look at the Waldo Dynamics Crimson VSR gas blowback bucking. Alright, this has been sent to us as a little promo just to kind of get some eyes on and have a look at it and see what we think before it goes for sale on Friday. So currently these are not able to be purchased, right? They will be on sale as of the 10th of July, okay, that is obviously 2026. And we're just going to have a little look at them, and we're going to compare it to Friction Pro and a Maple Leaf, right? Obviously, it's a gas blowback. It specialises in gas blowback parts, so this is specifically for that style of hot rubber. But what we're going to do is we're not going to do a test fire, but I'm just going to talk about and have a quick look at the differences between the three that we've got here, okay? And obviously, some of these are some more well-known brands that we've seen quite recently. And I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll also throw in, while we're doing a full comparison, a Flamingo gas blowback one as well, all right? I've tried to keep this as simple as it can across the board now. Obviously, the Crimson one, so the Waldo one, is a 65-degree bucking, okay? The Maple Leaf that we've got here is obviously a 70. We don't have that 65 or that 60 mark in stock, unfortunately. And the Flamingo is 60. Now, Quantum doesn't give itself, obviously, a degree. It is just one set hop on there. But we're going to get them out and take a look at them. We're going to be looking at the finish, the different types, and the actual contact patch inside the packaging too, inside the bucking. And then also maybe just have a quick overlook at what we think is the best style. And then if you'd like to see a video of us shooting them and obviously comparing them all afterwards, we can do that as well further down the line. So obviously starting off, we're going to start with the Quantum, and I'll just push these ones just slightly up, and then we can obviously get them out and have a look side by side, right? So when you open out the Quantum, okay, they come like nice package, nice big, decent package box. Okay, stop it getting squashed, things like that, which is a nice touch. You do get a nub in there. Now you're not probably going to need the nub from many gas blowbacks, but it is there if you need it. Okay. Now I'm going to try and keep this as easy to see through the camera as possible, okay? And it's quite hard, obviously, with how intricate these things are. So the Quantum itself, you can see around the edges, there's no seams on the edges. You've got the embossed logo on there as well. Got a little line as well for just centering. Try and keep that in focus as much as I can. You can see, I think that's just from the packaging itself, where there's a little bit of scoring on the inside. Excuse me. You can also see as well the actual contact patch, which I think you can see better from this way. So as always, the idea of the hop rubber itself, okay, the bucking itself, is to push through and give a bit of contact onto the BB, which creates backspin. Now looking at it inside here, I can see there's what looks to be like a bit of debris down in the corner, and a decent sized contact patch there, and quite a sharp edge on the exit of the bucking on the inside, if that makes sense. Just on down at the bottom, you can see there's that little kind of sharp edge. I'm going to get a tool just so I can point out. So inside here, it's quite a very strong, prominent edge. Okay, you can see that it's not too clear to see. All right. Now the density on this is quite stiff. It's good firm rubber. Okay. What I do find with Quantums is I always tend to lose a little bit of air seal with a Quantum. So if I've got a gas blowback or anything like that, then you might just see a drop in the FPS, and that's the same for the AEG ones as well. All right, but overall, these have been phenomenal. We've sold loads of these things, really popular, great buckings, really good for an upgrade for any rifle, realistically better than a standard bucking. Next up, we're going to have a look at the Flamingo. So again, just comparing the difference between the two. So this one, you can see it's got like this one here on the Quantum. How much we can see here, you've got like a rounded edge on the inside, okay, and the Flamingo almost has like a coned edge, and there is almost, well, I don't know if, again, probably is intentional, but it's got like a almost lip that's like a solid difference. You can just see that there, okay. Now it's either like a seam or it's designed to maybe center the BB, but either way, it's a slightly different design on that one. You've also got a line just around the edge here for centering into the hop unit, okay, to keep it firm around the edges. You can see that just here. I'm going to try not to use my fingers as much as I can. And unlike the Quantum, it's one solid hop bar there rather than has the little seam on the Quantum. Again, that for whatever reason that is for, I'd imagine, again, some kind of like positioning for the hop arm and everything else and inside the hop unit. Obviously, all of them have the little line on the inside of the hop, which is here, and that is to make sure that your hop rubber is centered onto the barrel. Okay, so that obviously lines up on the barrel, and the contact patch on this one you can see here, might be better doing it again this way, that the Flamingo has a much wider but lower down contact patch. There's no like seam in the middle. It is just a big flat one. However, it's less protruding than the Quantum, but it spans a wider arch, so it gives a overall bigger surface area onto the BB, but maybe just slightly less prominent. Squish test, I feel like the Flamingo is slightly more squishy, but again, that is a 60 degrees, so you know it is going to be slightly less less tense on the actual rubber itself. Okay, we're going to have a look at the Maple Leaf now. So this is the Autobots. It's 70 degrees, so it should be a little bit more firm than the Flamingo in theory. Obviously, you get your little bracket that goes around. That's your clip just to hold the hop rubber in place. So looking at the Maple Leaf now, we can see here, again, I'm trying to keep this in light as much for the camera. You've got, this is a coned contact patch, so it's a angle one, like a triangle, rather than a flat piece. Again, you can see that there. And it also has, which is massive, well, why it's so massively popular, I'm trying to get it so you can see it just in there. The end of the hop cone as well, the triangle, that's better without my fingers blocking the light. You can see there's a, I'll try and come from underneath, just here, there's a little groove, and that's where we're centering of the BB. So as the BB rolls through that, okay, you've got two little grooves at the end of that contact patch, which in theory, providing they don't get worn down sooner on one side than the other, to provide a more straight and steady shot, which is what makes this a lot popular really, or why it did so well at the beginning, and still to this day is a lot of people's favourites, right? All of these should have that little lip, and that's the same on all of them. You can see here, there's like a lip that cuts around. It's got a slight recess behind it, okay, and that dips into the barrel, so there'll be a little groove cut out on the barrel, which that will lock into. There's also again like the ring around here, which clamps around to position the hop rubber onto the barrel. So this C-clip will go around, and it will just anchor itself around the sides there, okay, but the whole way around the rubber. And again, that's to give a nice firm position on the onto the barrel itself and stop it from deforming whilst the BBs are being inserted into the hop rubber. Now this one also has a slightly, similar to the Flamingo, has a slightly coned entrance point as it goes in. It's not rounded. It's a bit harder to see really because of its transparency. And I can't see any seams, can't see any edges. You can see here that the actual the bit that sits into the hop window for you to make sure it's seated correctly is tapered at one end. It's like chamfered down, whereas on the Quantum and the Flamingo, it's two both solid positioning, okay, which might have some issues in certain hop units depending on what you're using. But overall, again, squishy. I'm going to be honest, even though it's a 70 degree, I think the Flamingo feels harder, to be honest. It feels very squishy, very soft. Definitely the ends are much softer than the Flamingo. So even though it's a harder degree, it doesn't feel as strong. And again, putting it to the Quantum is very squishy at the end, but the top, it doesn't feel as strong as the Quantum. I don't know whether that's because of the rolled edge that you have on the Quantum compared to the Maple Leaf. But there we go. All right, then let's take a look at the new Waldo one. Okay, so again, this is a brand new product. It's come out by Waldo Dynamics. It's not out yet for sale. It will be in 2 days' time, okay, depending when I upload this video. So it's going for sale on the 10th of July. We will be stocking it along with all of the other hop rubbers, as you can see. And these are for gas blowback. They don't currently do an AEG one yet. However, they do AEG ones for the other ones that I can show you here. So, for example, before we move on to the Waldo, we've got the AEG variants of each one of these. So your Quantum, here's your AEG, been a very popular piece. Your Flamingo, there's your AEG, and your Maple Leaf, there is your AEG. Okay, so again, you've got those in counterparts. Maybe it's something that Waldo will come on to. However, I do know it's taken a lot of time into perfecting this mold, and you know, as far as I'm aware, he spent best part of a year and more, you know, getting this thing absolutely right. So This would be great to see. What we'll do is we'll get this one into a couple of items that we've got on the shelf, and we'll give it a test fire on the range. My only concern is that we might not have the range here to kind of see the total performance of the booking in action. It might be something that we'll have to save till we get to our outdoor sites to get some hands on it. But here you can see, again, we've got that lip just on the edge just to secure the barrel in. Okay, it's harder to see because it's obviously a crimson colour. Really strong. It's a very, very dense rubber. This is for 65. That feels really, really strong. Stronger than the quantum. It might just be that it needs wearing in, or the type of material that it is. But it's really, really nice, really firm. The edges are rolled edges, very similar to the quantum, but they look, in my opinion, it's thicker at the top and more rolled initially than kind of coned down. It's got the flat hop window as well. So again, if you're placing that into your hop unit, it's not the chamfered one, okay, it's just complete flat. And the contact patch. Now this is the most interesting thing. So I'm going to put this between, it's almost the mix between a quantum and a flamingo for the size, really. It's a bit wider than a quantum. I'd say maybe a little bit less deep, but that's what quantums are known for, really, having a really deep hop. And the flamingo, I would say, again, I'm trying to keep this into the camera so you can see as much as you can. It saves you guys having to buy them all. It's probably a little bit shorter than the flamingo on a whole, but it does have, and if you can catch that in the light, you can see just here, it's got a little groove on the center, and that runs all the way through that contact patch. And again, that's taken from, or well, it's not taken, should I say, but that's designed in mind to keep the BB centered, which is very similar to what we've seen in the maple leaf here. It's almost like a combination between all three, really. You've got the centering on the contact patch itself, which is nice. I'm trying to make it as clear as I can see in there. There's no seams. It's one really smooth piece all the way around. You've got that lip on the inside there again to stop over chambering, I believe, which looks quite nice. And again, you then have that really sturdy rubber with that decent contact patch. So that'll be interesting to see. Yeah. So comparing all four, or three, should I say, or four? Yeah, no, it's four now. There we go. Comparing all four, I'll try and get them as many of these next to each other side by side as I can. I appreciate it's hard on the camera. My aim of this video is to try and give you all just a little bit of knowledge onto the hop rubbers themselves, the differences between them all, and let you guys make a decision online, really, by seeing this video before you go and purchase, or just be crazy with it. Just buy one of each and have a play around. You know, next time you go to a site, do some testing yourself and see what works for you. You are gonna have different results, and it is going to be hard to really test all these with different hop units and weapon systems themselves. Different barrels and hop units are going to perform different, obviously, with the rubber than anything else, and what weight BB you use in the temperature. All of those factors are going to come into play. So really, it's finding the sweet spot of something that's right for you. But there we go. You can see here you've got the quantum with a really large patch. You have the deep patch, should I say. The crimson with the groove, decent sized patch and decent groove. Flamingo with a longer contact patch and wider. And the Autobot with its angled contact patch and its two little lips at the end to center the BB. So guys, have a look at these, have a little see online, see what you do a bit of research on them. We'll get a video of firing all of them into different weapons, and then you can have a little see what they perform like on the range itself. But in the meantime, like I say, if you're interested in picking up some of the Waldo ones or any of these hop rubbers, okay, they're all on our website, obviously at 4uantum Tactical. You can order online, get them sent to you. It's a great addition for your gas blowbacks, whether that be pistols, rifles, whatever it might be. And if you want the AG ones, we do sell them as well. If this is something you'd like to look at, or you'd like to know how to install them into weapons again, then keep us subscribed, guys. Give us a like, and if you'd like to see more, or you'd like to know more info on these products, then just give us a comment below and let us know what you'd like to see, and we'll try and do that for you. We'll see you next time, guys. Thank you very much.